Why do the quality of some figures range so differently? Besides the obvious contrast between design and quality, anime figures are a whole lot more complicated than what you might think. From the companies, to the paint, to the material used on the figure. Each figure has its own and unique aspect that makes it worth more or worth less. But first, we need to separate anime figures into 3 different categories. First up, we have the prize figures. Prize figures are primarily obtained from crane games. However, recently you've been able to find them in stores across the world. Since prize figures are on the lowest tier of our tier list, they're going to be relatively inexpensive. Now, when buying a prize figure, what you can expect is a base and a figure, and it's going to be relatively easy to set up. The quality of these figures is going to be relatively low with lower quality control. However, the figures are still going to look great. As for the price of prize figures can be found from generally 1,000 yen to 4,000 yen. Now, because prize figures are mass-produced, they're usually varying in prices due to popularity of characters and figures. Now, our next tier of figures is the premium prize figures. Now, super premium prize figures, or in other words, Papa Parades and Tenitals. Now, this tier of figures is, well, the middle tier. And by middle, I mean it's a higher version of a prize figure and almost at the scale level, but not quite detailed as a scale. Now, you can find these figures from 4,000 to 9,000 yen, and they're pretty good prices for the quality they give, with better paint, better nuance within the figure, and more details overall in the sculpt. And our final tier of figures, the best of the best, the scales. Finally, are the scales. The scales are the best figures you can find on the market, and the details of them are sublime, and they are absolutely supreme. Now, when we're talking about scale figures, we're talking about the scale of the figure, or in other words, the ratio of this figure compared to the 1-to-1 ratio. Now, when we're talking about 1/7 scales, that means that it is 1/7 of the actual size. So, right here is a 1/7 scale Xiao, and it is quite large. As you can see, it is longer than my head, which is pretty big, because I'm big brain like that. Okay, anyways, so a scale figure is going to be the highest quality type of figure, and it's going to have very nuanced paint. Also, one of the best parts of a scale figure is the unique bases that it comes with. Most of the time, the high-end scale figures aren't going to be coming with them trash bases, which are all basic and come with every single character. Instead, they're going to come with their unique base that fits their character and the setting that they're in. Also, the figure is going to depict a move or sort of be in an action that happened in the show. Also, each figure, most of the time, figures will come with a description of what's actually going on. For example, the Crystal Dress Amelia on the side of their box, it actually gives a description of what's going on. Now, the most common scales which can be found are 1/8, 1/7, 1/6, and 1/4. Now, the prices of scales can vary from 10,000 yen to millions of yen.